Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Usaron Sophia. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Today we'll be making a boba, also known as zero. So for a start, I have this fabric which I'll be folding into two. First, I will measure the length of my boba. So after folding, the length of my boba is 25 inches. So now I'll add extra 2-inch allowance to 25 inches, and we'll be having 27 inches as the length. You can add more than 2 inches because you are free, very free to fold very wide at the bottom of the boba. So now I will make sure the measurement is accurate, and I will make another fold, a second fold, because I will be cutting the front and the back together. So I'll fold like this, and I'll like this. Now I'll be using the hip measurement because the hip measurement is the largest circumference. Because I want my boba to be free, I'm not using the bust. My customer's hip is bigger than our bust, so I'll be using our hip measurement divided by 4. Our actual hip measurement divided by 4 is 12. I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance, which will make it 13 inches. So I'll be using 13 inches to cut out this boba. I will measure, I will mark 13 inches all through. And now I will mark out the armhole. The armhole, for the armhole, I'm going to be using 10 inches. The armhole is going to be very free. So as we all know, boba armhole is very free. So I will be marking 10 inches for the armhole. Then for the neck, the next thing I'm going to do is the neck. For the neck, the width of the neck and the breadth of the neck is going to be exact same for the back and the front. So for the neck, I'll be using, you can see my fabric is on fold. I'm cutting the front and the back together. You can see we don't have any shoulder measurement for this. So now I'll mark out 4 inches for the width of the neck and 4.5 for the length of the neck. Now I'll mark it out, and then we'll cut out. After marking, I'll cut out. And now after cutting, I'm going to make a notch as the armhole point and the shoulder points, so I will know where to join the sleeves to the boba. So now after cutting this out, I'll put this aside. After cutting out the neck, just as you see me do now, I'll put this aside, and now we head straight for the sleeves. A sleeve measurement is 25. As you know, is very free, so I'm going to be using the leftover fabric, the many part of fabric from the cutting of the boba. You can see the width of the boba as we earlier did is 13 inches. So I already have 13 inches, which is part of the length because I measured the sleeve from the shoulder. So now I will minus 13 inches from the 25 inches measurement, full length of the sleeve, and I will left with about 12 inches. So from that 12 inches, I'll add extra 2 inch for folding and 1 inch for sewing, which is 3 inches. I'll be adding the total of 3 inches to the actual measurement, which is 12 inches. Altogether will now be 15 inches. So the sleeve length I'm cutting is 15 inches. As you can see, this buba is not actually the very long type of buba. Is, let me say, it's a quarter hand, popularly known as azonto buba from where I come from. I know Yorubas always sew this type of buba. So from where I am, it's usually called azonto buba. So now the width is 12 inches. I'm using a width of 12 inches. So I'll cut out like this. I'll mark it out. After marking, I will cut out. The sleeve is very free. I want it to be very free. So after marking, I will cut out. So as you can see, guys, I cut both sleeves together, the front and the back sleeve, the left and the right sleeve, the two sides of the sleeve. So now, before adding the sleeve, I will turn the neck round. I'll be aiming around the neck of the buba with my bias strip. I'll go to my sewing machine and do that now. So guys, this is the buba after aiming the neck round. You can see how it is. This is it. Now I'll be attaching the sleeve to the buba itself. So now I'll place the sleeve, one part of the sleeve. I'll take one part of the sleeve and I'll place it on the notch part of the buba. Remember the part I notched earlier as the shoulder? I will place it on top like this, as you see me do now. I'll place it on top on the notched areas of the buba. Then I'll go to my sewing machine and sew it straight down, using 1 inch to sew it down. Remember we left 1 inch for sewing allowance. So guys, after sewing, this is it. After joining the sleeve to the buba, this is how it looks. You can see it's very neat. And now I'm going to be turning the edge, folding in the edge of the sleeves. Remember we left 3 inches allowance for this, so I'll be folding in this sleeve with the 3 inches, sorry, with the 3 inches allowance. As you see, you can see it's very wide. You can see it's 3 inches. So I'll fold it in. I'll make the first fold, then I'll fold in these border edges of the fabric. You can see the length. I'm trying to get the actual length of the sleeve. You can see from the joining to the edge of the sleeve is about 12 inches. And now I'll fold in the edges and go to my sewing machine to sew it down. After sewing, this is how it looks. You can see it's very neat. I folded it in. I'll do same for the other side as well. You can see this is the back and this is the front part. You can see how neat it looks and it's very wide. So now I'll go to the bottom of the buba. I'm going to do the same way I did for the sleeve, the bottom of the sleeve. I'm going to also fold in these parts. Remember we left 2 inches for this part at the bottom. I just want it to be accurate, so I'll take the sleeve length again to make sure it is accurate, the measurement is accurate. Then I'll fold it in the same way I did with the sleeves. I'll go to my sewing machine now and do that. And for the fitting, I'm going to sew the edges, the two sides, the left and the right side, with about 1 inch allowance I left. So I will be using the 1 inch sewing to join everything together, and my buba is ready.